Here's how to travel safely with firearms. The recent mass shooting at a Florida airport has shocked the nation, not only for the heinous nature of the crime, but also because of how the suspect was able to carry a gun in his checked luggage. However, the TSA does allow passengers to travel with firearms if they are stored properly. Although laws vary by local and state governments, TSA guidelines state that passengers traveling with firearms must keep their weapons unloaded and locked in a hard-sided container. Other firearm parts, including magazines and ammunition for small arms, can be placed in the same container. The key to the container should only be retained by the passenger. The container can be placed inside a suitcase, but it can only be transported as checked baggage. The passenger must inform an airline representative about the firearm in his or her checked baggage before signing the weapon's unloaded declaration slip. The passenger must then stand by until a TSA agent clears the baggage for transportation. Despite the fact that firearms are prohibited in carry-on bags, the TSA found over 2,000 firearms in carry-on luggage across the U.S. in 2015 alone, with more than 80% of those weapons being loaded. Here are more videos on TSA rules and regulations. Flying has never been so frustrating. Wait times at airport security checks could reach epidemic levels this summer, when air travel usually peaks. The Transportation Security Administration is advising U.S. travelers to be at the airport 3 hours early due to long security lines. The TSA advisory comes after lengthy waiting times resulted in thousands of missed flights and delays in airports across the country. Passengers who come unprepared and bring more than the allowed number of carry-ons are partly to blame. But with almost 3 million travelers passing through screening each day, the 42,350 agents employed by the TSA are simply not enough. More than 700 new officers are set to be hired by June, but union leaders say it would take at least 6,000 to alleviate the congestion. Currently, the only other alternative is PreCheck, an expedited entry program which allows previously vetted passengers to bypass the long lines. As of March 1, 2016, only 9.3 million travelers were enrolled in PreCheck, a far cry from the TSA's goal of 25 million flyers. In the meantime, the rest of us will just have to give up 3 hours of our lives for a security check that may or may not be effective. Or take the train.
Trains in the U.S. could soon adopt airport-level security measures. Amtrak is stepping up security measures on trains after an attack on a high-speed train in France was foiled on August 21st, and ahead of Pope Francis's visit to the United States next month. Amtrak has a 500-officer police force, as well as New York Metropolitan Transit Authority Police and a TSA program to assist with security in the Northeast Corridor. But many small train stations have little security, which means anyone could potentially run right up to a train and get on it without being stopped or asked questions. The most sensitive target at the moment seems to be the Northeast Corridor between New York and Washington, which will see an increase in ridership during the Pope's visit next month. Homeland Security already deploys what are called Viper teams along the Northeast Corridor, which include agents in uniform and bomb-sniffing dogs, as well as agents out of uniform who blend in with passengers to detect any suspicious activity. Unlike at U.S. airports, mandatory full-body scans have not been introduced, but the Viper program, which has a budget of more than $100 million, is expanding, which could result in a huge deal of annoyance for travelers who choose to take trains specifically to avoid invasions of their privacy and airport-level security scanning.